Mark Miller of Improve Our World, here to improve our world one person, one family at a time. Today I'm talking about something wonderful about anxiety. So many of us have anxiety. Almost all of us have it at some point in time, right? I mean, life can be stressful sometimes and distract you. And yet some people that struggle at life may live with anxiety, hours a week or even a day. And I'm here to help you. I believe that at the end of this course, you'll understand the cause of anxiety. You'll understand the techniques to find the causal moments of your anxiety. It's important to identify it, right? I bet you can guess. Anyway, and then, very importantly, the techniques to nurture or wash away the negative data that is stored in your nervous system that's causing the anxiety in your life. Very important. And when you simplify it, as I'm going to show you how to, the light turns on and all of a sudden you become somebody that understands that whenever anything is negative in your life, and it doesn't matter what it is, the solution is always the same. Find the cause, see the antidote to it, which is positive, nurturing information to accept what's negative that's happened in your life, to forgive anybody and everybody that's involved with it, and do it over and over again until any resentment, which that can hang out for a while, can it? I've had some resentment in my life before, but you wash it away with forgiveness, acceptance, forgiveness, until when you think about that, or you're stimulated by life experience, right? Where something is associated to that negative experience, which is giving you anxiety, okay? Your nervous system has been healed of the negativity by applying positive, focused at the moments, the experiences, the years, if you will, of your past that will enable you to wash away the negative and replace it with what? Positive information that causes you to be effective. Positive information that fires off. You know what I mean? You've implanted it like it's a plant, and it's a healthy plant, and it's a plant of thought, of belief, of perception. And those thoughts are what's going to cause you to flow peace of mind, positive thoughts, anxiety removed, right? And that's anxiety about something that's not real and present in your life, right? If it's real and present in your life, then you need to do something. We'll turn the anxiety into motivation and start to act. And you can program yourself the same way you can release the negative information. You can replace the information with ability, with thought information that turns into manual physical movements that you've practiced that cause you to become very, very effective in those moments of your life that are causing the anxiety, all right? And that's exciting. And you can do all of this in the comfort of your own home. It's fun to do it with people, somebody that is going to be kind to you when you admit something that is embarrassing in your life, or maybe just private, So family's wonderful to do this with. You got to break through it and be willing to be honest, and which can involve disclosing something personal, right? And if you're not comfortable with those people, just do it by yourself, right? But with people's fun, especially when you love somebody and they love you and they got your back. They may pick on you, Ed. Right? But that's life. That's life, right? I mean, so maybe some point in the future, I will never joke about something negative, that somebody and I are working together. But I don't know. I love to laugh. All right. So this is the introduction. Now I'm going to start the next tape, and let's talk about the cause of anxiety. All right. Now, I actually covered it briefly in the introduction, but I want to go into some detail. All right. So let's go over and look at some. Some charts. All right. Now, These are secrets to inspire. And there's a lot of information on this page. Look at that. Here's the title. Here's 3 perspectives. Here's a couple of boxes with 4 statements, right? Now look at the bottom. Your imagination is your personal laboratory to discover relevant truths about your life, right? By the way, the same relevant truths about your life fundamentally are the same for everybody else, right? It's either positive or negative, and it's been an experience that has enabled you to adapt or not to adapt, right? Or adapt at higher and higher levels, right? That's how we live as human beings, right? But then also you can train yourself to be more effective each day. Don't control your thoughts. Train your thoughts to be effective. You want to have the freedom to be yourself, and to be happy and confident that who you are is enough to be happy and enough to be, hey, how about the best you can be, right? And that's what you can do with practice, right? And then appreciate more steps along the way. So many people are blessed in their life, and yet you get caught up in the news and the world of this world, and man, they're pumping out some crap. You listen to the news, and it's just negative this, and they divide America as they divide every country, and that's what the super wealthy do with their medias and their food and drug companies, and we live here in it, and even fellow, elites have to live with that truth because they accept it and they don't realize the power of the mind and the body to heal. And that's what they can learn here if they want. So now let's look at this for a moment. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about your life, okay? And you might have read this, but I want you to think about this first. I want you to think about this. Think about your childhood or sometime in the past when you have a pretty good feeling that, these years or these months or these experiences in my life at this time, you can be a vague, like 5 to 8, 2 to 4, sometime in your youth, right? You don't have to identify it precisely for this technique to work. Well, would you want to get a general idea? Don't just say, okay, I want to have peace of mind. No, you got to go back and look at what caused it so you can identify it. And then as you find, because one thing you're going to want to do, and you're going to be able to do this at hitforme.com, is to program yourself to observe your thoughts, to become aware of your thoughts, and to identify the negative habits that we all have. Most of us have, I know I have mine. Negative habits of thought. And to be able to really become very sensitive to those negative thoughts. And those, of course, are the thoughts that are giving you anxiety, right? So when you develop your awareness of your thoughts, so that when it's happening, boom, your lights go on, you go, hey, this thought is causing me anxiety, right? Now you, through your work, has done, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, whatever, picked on me, was cruel to me, wasn't nice to me. Oh, join the crowd, get in line, right? I'm at the front of that line. I don't know, I'm trying to be funny. Anyway, so, but it's common. It's what happens to us as human beings today and since the beginning of time. We've had negative experiences, right? And when that negative experience is powerful to you and you don't understand it and it scares you, and it hurts you, right? What do you think about this? This is a powerful thought to get, and it makes me tearful when I just think about it. The painful of experiences of our past, it's like our nervous system is bleeding, right? It's because your nervous system always flows, right? Remember, your thoughts are happening 24/7, right? I mean, this is something over here, if you look, thoughts are happening to you inside your head, right? They're negative. They're negative. They're positive. They're positive, right? It's important to get. So when you think about your life, right, and you think about those experiences, probably in your childhood, could be after you left home. Maybe you had a pretty good childhood and you left, and all of a sudden you got bad luck and you got into a situation where somebody hurt you. And maybe they picked on you for a long time and you're having to live with it. Whatever it is, if you think about this, it doesn't matter when. It doesn't matter who. What's important is, was it positive or negative? And is that those experiences negatively impacting you? Okay, that's the number one thing to find. And And you don't have to know it exactly. What you're doing is you're going into your brain and you have information stored and lumped together, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to go back and you're going to say, okay, my mom or dad or brother or sister picked on me, right? Or this person or that person, whatever it is. And you're going to think this thought. Right? And this is exactly the thought. So pay attention, please. I hope you're attention. Of course, I hope I captivate you with my words. But think about this then. What you're doing is you're making a logical decision based on emotion. It's the emotion is why you're doing it, but you're doing it intellectually because you see what it'll do for you. And here's what you're going to do, right? And I've said this in the earlier part, but I want you to hear it again. This is important, right? You're going to think about that experience and that person or group of people that impacted you negatively. And you're going to go, okay, this experience with these people has negatively impacted me, and my nervous system is having negative thoughts happen to me that are causing me to feel anxiety, right? And it's distracting me from being effective. Maybe it's distracting you from making money or having a good relationship or going out and meeting new people or whatever it is. It's negative, whatever it is, right? So we're just being simple. These people hurt me and it has a negative effect on me. Now, the next thing is this, right? Very simple, right? And that is that these thoughts are negatively impacting my life. I would like to get rid of them. I would like to get rid of the negative anxiety, right? And so the cause of it is this experience with these people, and it's logical and natural to have negative thoughts toward the experience or towards the people in the experience, or you blocked it out, right? You blocked it out. You had a negative childhood and you blocked it out. It's crazy. Let me share something with you. It's interesting, I believe. I'm an old guy. I'm 63. But when I was a young person, I thought I was the favored child of my father. It's 4 siblings, my sister Connie, my brother Donald, Bill, and me, right? There were 4 of us, and I was the baby boy. When you talk to people and you go, oh, you were the middle child or the older one, the younger one. I was the baby one, right? But I believed that I was favored by my father, right? Because I could do no wrong. I was the young guy who you got to take care of him, right? And I get to be playful and silly, right? So check this out. I had nightmares as a person in my life. And they were a certain way when I was a child, under 10, right? That's when they started. I don't know if it was 8 or 6 or whatever, but I had nightmares when I was younger, right? But they lasted into my teens, and it changed. Now, by the way, when I say it was a nightmare when I was young, but it turned into a daymare or anxiety like you're having, right? When I was an adult. And my last one was when I was 28 years old in a hotel in Southern California. I live in Northern California. And I remember I was looking out the window and I seen these, car to car parking lot on the highway, right? And the hotel was right there. And boom, it hit me, right? And for me, it was a negative experience that, I had to stop and I don't know if I would have been in public or something. I don't know. I probably could have managed it, but it was traumatic. And what I had to do was I had to lay down because everything got loud and noise for me, right? Loud and noisy. It's like the walls were vibrating loud. Everything was loud. Even though I was in the hotel room by myself, it was loud and it was scary, right? And so I lay down, I start breathing deeply. I go, crap, I got to get rid of this. And I just kept breathing deeply and go away, go away, go away, go away, right? And it went away. Well, I don't remember if it took 3 minutes or 8 minutes. It felt like an eternity, right? Whatever it was. But here's the thing, though, is that my nervous system was malfunctioning, right? Because of a childhood experience I had. So your experience, it may not be as bad as mine, right? Or you get to where you're almost incapacitated. And I was fortunate that never happened to me when I was out in public, right? It seemed to happen when I was alone or around somebody that was family, or whatever, at least to my knowledge, right? I didn't have that many of them, but I probably had 30 of them in my life, maybe 20, 15, somewhere in there. A lot, more than 3. Right? And so for you, when you have these experiences, you're wanting to go, okay, my nervous system is, having a tizzy, right? Because of my experience earlier in my life. Not sure when. So I want to say this. Whoever was involved and whatever happened, here's the biggie, I accept it deeply and completely. The deeply and completely is big. The deeply and completely, because when you say those words with a sincere intent, and if you have an anxiety, you'll have no problem manufacturing that sincere intent to get rid of the anxiety, right? That's an easy one, right? I don't even have to ask you to do that one, right? So when you think, I want to accept this deeply and completely, if you allow yourself to feel, you're going to feel inside your chest, around your heart and lungs and spinal cord, you're going to feel a change, a relaxation, right, in your body. You might even feel a flow of positive energy, right, by the solar plexus, which is right above the tummy, right, below the heart and the lungs, right? That's the organ in your chest that causes you to feel emotion, right? Positive emotion is a good thing, right? Of course, you want it to be functioning, right? If you're needing to be focused and with no emotion, you don't want to have feeling a bunch of positive emotion, right? That's called ineffective emotion, right? You can train your nervous system to stop doing that. You can train your nervous system to do anything, right? So in this moment, you're accepting that experience that has caused the anxiety or contributed to it, right? There's probably 3 or 4 of them. There's probably not just one. There could be one, but most likely there's a few, right? So you're going back in your mind. You're saying, this experience in my life, I accept it deeply and completely. And you're going to feel the energy move inside your chest because of this significant mental thought that you are thinking. You are thinking a significant mental thought that you are accepting this negative experience in your childhood or sometime in your life, and you want to free yourself from it. And because of that, you're accepting it deeply and completely. And you follow it up with, I forgive them or anybody associated with this moment. And there's probably going to be a person that you may have some negative thoughts towards. Who doesn't have negative thoughts towards their parents, right? One or the other of them. I know my son has it with me. Heck, I have it towards him. What a boo-boo head I am, right? So, you have those experiences, right? You have those thoughts. So when you forgive them, and you want to do this with maximum focus. I mean, I don't know, maybe it'd work if you just say, I forgive them. I don't think so, though. Because you're going to do what? You're going to apply enough energy. If you think about the energy of forgiveness, think of it as a pill. Like you have a small dose of pill of forgiveness, and you throw it in them, and you think it, and then you're done. Is that dosage enough? I don't know. It depends on how much it's hurting, right? You might need about 400 of those. I don't know. But you think about it, right? So you're thinking, I want to forgive this person or people so I can be free of the anxiety. But that means you have to finish the forgiveness completely and deeply, right? So you can't go, yeah, I forgive him. If he dies tomorrow in a train wreck, that's okay. Nope, you don't got it yet. And by the way, I've done that one a few times. I've been hurt in my life, right? I'm a normal cat, not always been the most graceful guy. Later in my life, when I started working on this business that I'm helping you with, right? So you have to forgive deeply and completely with no caveats. And it's okay if he dies, right? You have to do this. You ready? You have to genuinely want wellness and happiness for that person, even though that experience has happened. Complete and genuine positive thought, whatever you want to call it. It's got to be positive, right? And when you're interacting with somebody positive, what are you going to do? You're not going to, I treated him nicely and then walk off and say, I hope he gets hit by a Mack truck. That's not positive, right? You have to pay attention to all those thoughts that sneak in, that we're not paying attention to, right? So you deeply forgive, and then you observe your thoughts. And as you find yourself thinking any negative thoughts, of course, the anxiety comes up. You go back to this forgiveness thing, right? And that process is what's going to heal you. So what's important is that you are understanding the cause of the anxiety, something negative in your life. Hello, most people have them. Some people have more than others, but I have them, as I shared with you. So whatever it is whatever it is. And you want to deal with it in the way of finding the experience, generally, right? If you got some specificity, if you know exactly who it is and what was happening, what time of day, great. I don't think that information is necessary. And tell you the truth, I'm starting to share this with you. I know it works for me, and I know other teachers do it. Possibly, more detail will help. It doesn't seem logical to me that it's necessary, though. And the logic works when you think about human thought going through the body, because it's just electricity going through the body, right? And it's being fired off because information stored inside your cells that are stimulated because of something happens that causes you to think that, and that's the anxiety, right? So if you go back to the causal moments, the causal experiences, the causal time zones of your life, the years, the months, whatever, right? And you're applying this dosage of forgiveness, this dosage of acceptance to do what? To be free from the anxiety. Free. Then you get to where it's gone. And maybe in a few years, if you do this, I believe this, I know this will work. I don't think it'll work. I know it'll work, right? If you do this and you commit to it, to free yourself from the anxiety, to forgive all the people that have hurt you and accept it as what it is, right? It is what it is. It's happened to me and I'm going to accept it, right? And then you move to forgiveness. And then what you do is there's going to be experiences in your life that would cause this, right? And these areas are going to exist. I'm going to show you here. These experiences that are negative in your life are going to be about yourself, most likely interacting with people. All right. Here's the areas and places of your life, the macro perspective. This is just looking at the big picture, yourself, your thoughts inside your body, interpreting life, right? Causing you to go out into cause and effect cycles, out into the economy, to earn your living, save and invest for retirement, right? And for security and freedom. And then you interact with people, family, friends, coworkers, people you meet on the street, groups of people that are different than you. By the way, the media wants you to dislike people that are different than you in society to divide us so that basically, the rich folk can try to cheat and not pay their taxes. I think that's what it is. I'm not for sure on that. I could be wrong, by the way. Pretty sure that's what it is, though. But you know what? They can't help it. Why? Because that's what they learned. That's what happens in this world of ours. They don't judge people and get mad at them because maybe somebody's hurting people. Maybe somebody's hurting billions of people, right? They're just doing what they do, right? It's like getting mad at a tiger for killing and eating a caribou or a caribou. I might have that animal wrong, right? Or killing some animal to live. Well, that don't make sense. That's what he does, right? That's what the lion or she, or that's what the lion, tiger, that's what they do. So getting mad at them is, And in society, people with power, they use their power to oppress information. So accept that too. If you got any anxiety or any negative thoughts towards people that are different than you, right? Color, economic situation, social beliefs, conservative, liberal, Christian, Muslim, white, it doesn't matter. If it's negative, you put it into one big batch of crap that you want to get rid of. Get rid of the negative. Why would you want to hang on to something negative, right? Remember the test. Remember the test. It's a simple test to do. Think about anything and hate it. Then think about the same thing and love it. Now, it may be tough for you to do. This way, you might want to try something neutral that you don't actually hate. Because if you really, really hate something and you hate it, it probably feels good. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Oh. And you go love it. You go, no, that doesn't work for me. That's why you got to get something neutral. Get something neutral so you can do it, okay? And when you do that, you're going to find, I believe it's a huge truth I hope to spread around the world and bring into every single home on planet Earth. People realize negative thoughts create negative experiences in life that will not allow me to be happy in the moment that they're happening. Period. Simple. Complete. Undeniable. If somebody, I look forward to moments where somebody tries to actually tell me that being negative is increasing their happiness. I don't know. Somebody really smart might think of a great argument. I look forward to that. I love to debate. I love to think about human experience, right? It's my thing. So when you do that test, you realize, negative thoughts, all of it is crap that I want to get rid of, right? Bad thoughts from bad experiences. Hello. Let them go. Identify, forgive them, free yourself, right? So, and then, of course, all of these experiences of your life, all of them, Sunday morning to Saturday night, right? What happens? Who are you with? What's your financial situation? What's going on, right? And it's happening somewhere. It's either happening in your home, it's happening in your work or school, right? Or it's happening somewhere else, out in the city, out in the country, wherever you hang out, right? Wherever you go. And it's powerful to do that because you have to take care of your home. You have to create order and beauty. Maybe your anxiety is because you're older like me and you got all the crap you've been hanging on for 30, 40 years. Who's got that one going on? My wife and I are still working on decluttering. We've done a lot, though, the last several years. It would have been nice if somebody would have been able to guide me to get it done sooner, maybe in 6 months or 9 months. If you're somebody like 60, we did it. We've done a lot. But I mean, you go back I guess you go back 3, 4, 5 years, we've done a ton of declutter. In fact, the last year and a half of doing a lot, right? But it's a big job. If you're busy in your life, decluttering is like, hello, you got to make time for that, right? If you got children, you be hanging out with the kids. Hang out with the kids. Love the kids. Love the kids, right? That's the solution to hate and war, violence, and disease. More love from parents. If somehow we got every single mom and dad on planet Earth to be super effective at being a parent, hey, the world would be a lot better place. You know what I mean? By a lot. Not by a little, by a lot. Way a lot, right? That's the solution, is effective parenting. Love to have more people. Love to have powerful people. Like really billionaires like Bill Gates or somebody, Warren Buffett, who else? How about the Koch brothers? Right? But somebody with a lot of power to get behind this, and go, let's make the world a better place. And it's complicated because it's all these people with all these financial interests. And some of this stuff is going to be disruptive because, if you're selling the wrong products and people start getting healthy, you better pull your money and reinvest somewhere else, because if the world gets healthy and happy, well, that industry is going to be reduced in size, right? That's one of my goals. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if in the future, after the world evolves, right, gets better, gets smarter, more able to interact effectively, to cooperate and compete at the same time? When you compete and the game's over, stop. Don't keep pounding them. And cooperate. Make sure everybody has a chance to do what? Go to work. Get a job. Be secure. Manage your money, right? And so just think of in the future, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, just think of in that world, right? The least able, the least intelligent, the least skilled, the weakest, right? Mentally, physically, as a human being interacting in society. That person is equal to the strongest cat alive today. I tell you what, that's awfully beautiful, I think. That's beautiful. Why not make it a goal? Sermon on the Mount, baby. Ask and ye shall receive. That's what Jesus said, right? How about then Napoleon Hill, he modernized it, right? Anything we can conceive, that man can conceive and believe, we can achieve it. Well, how about if we evolve and get rid of all the negative stuff? All of it, man. That's a huge proposal, by the way, because I kind of understand how big planet Earth is. There's a lot of folk. There's a lot of things happening, right? But one thing at a time, man. First thing to do is take care of your life. Free yourself from anxiety. Forgive everybody. Forgive everybody. And start to flow positive stuff. Develop your grace and your power as a human being. Go out and live the best life you possibly can. You can do it. And it's fun just to work on it. To know that, Tuesday afternoon, you had a great morning of work and focus and getting to be the best person you can be naturally during the days of your life. When that day's over, you go back and, I had a good day. That'll help your anxiety, right? Right? In addition to identify, and then the technique to forgive deeply and completely, right? And accept, of course, accept and forgive. Remember, there's going to be some things in your life that you're not going to be able to change. You accept them deeply and completely, right? And there's some things you can change in your life. You accept them deeply and completely. Forgive and change. And change by being a better version of yourself with more ability to adapt and thus change your reality. There's no more anxiety. There's no more stress. There's no more negativity here. Why? Because I'm a different person and I've done different things now for several months or a couple of years, and my life's different. It's totally different because I've become a better version of myself with more ability to adapt and to be graceful and to be significant for me so that I'm happier with myself. And hey, I'm more positive for other people too. You know, they enjoy my company too. Now, of course, you could be better and pick on everybody too. The negative positive test. Remember that one. Remember that one. All right. So, hey, I really hope this, I truly hope this video helps people that are stressed and having anxiety. If you got anxiety, I promise you, try this stuff. And if you try it and it doesn't work, email me, please. And I want to probably create some one-on-one classes or one-on a few classes, because in case I didn't explain it or you try it, you're not getting it. You know, it's about the practice though. Sit quietly and make sure you look. And when you're doing it, finish. Don't go halfway through and go, that was okay, and then get and leave. Finish the thought. And here's how you do it, right? Hope you listen to the end of this. This is important, right? When you get done, you go, okay, this is a negative experience. I accept it deeply and completely. And then I forgive all of the forces, the people or whatever, including myself maybe, right? As involved with this negative experience in my life. And then when you're done, you go, hey, I've just identified negative information in my life to heal it. To bring some positive nurturing to it. I am thankful that I've done this because I know my life's going to be a little bit better. And then take a breath and go to the next thing in your life, right? That's how you do it, all right? I love you. Hope I bless your life. Love to do that. Love to tell me how it works for you and share this with people that you love. And I'm going to be making more of these, and of course doing it with people as well. So I hope it blesses you. Please subscribe at hitforme.com or improveourworld.com and start paying and start practicing. Start practicing manifest meditation. That's on another video. That's this one down here, right? These words are critical. They are the words that will cause your brain to be effective. When you tell your brain to be aware, just point it somewhere and it'll figure what's there if it has the ability, right? Figure out what you want, be positive about it. Create what? The belief that you can be effective and appreciate the fact that you're practicing. So your expectation is growing stronger. I'm thankful that you've engaged in it. These are words that are functional for your brain. And as you begin to free yourself from the anxiety, using these words to cause yourself to be effective for more moments of your life, because you're present. When you use these words and you observe yourself and you say aware, in that moment you're mindfully aware. Mindful, that word doesn't excite me too much as aware, right? Present. Mindful, you want your mind to be full of positive information that causes you to be effective, right? So this is what you can do once you're done for identifying and forgiving, and start meditating, mantra all day long. Stay present. Silence the chatter that's distracting you from being happier in that moment that it's happening. Love you. Come back soon. I'll be here shedding more good stuff.